Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Good evening. This is the National News Telecast. I'm Uvin Hettiaranchi.
And I'm Shram Mascrinias. First, it's a look at the day's headlines.
The appeal court has decided not to issue an interim injunction against the Gazette notification of pay hike for state workers. Floods claim 16 lives. The rainy condition will ease from tomorrow. Multiple schools close tomorrow due to the inclement weather. President instructs officials to avoid granting permission for new constructions in the Kalani River Valley. New chairman of SLRC assumes duties. The second review of the comprehensive loan facility to be held on the 12th of this month. Plans underway to construct 250 bridges island-wide. A female president elected in Mexico for the first time. Now on to those and more stories in detail. On today's top story, the Court of Appeals today decided not to issue an interim order preventing the Gazette notification issued by the Minister of Labour ordering a minimum daily wage for state workers. The panel of judges said that the interim injunction order would not be issued as the petitioners requested, considering the ruling of the previous cases by the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeal, since this is a government policy decision. However, the judges said that the relevant petition will be supported to consider. Accordingly, the appeals court ordered the issue of 4 notices for the respondents of the petition, Minister Manoj Nayakkara and several others, to appear before the court on the 26th of this month. The petitioner plantation companies say the Minister of Labour has taken an arbitrary decision without considering their views. The minister thereby has violated the fundamental law of natural justice. Meanwhile, a group of state workers lit firecrackers to express their happiness regarding the appeals court decision not to issue an interim injunction preventing the salary hike.
The Met Department says that the heavy rain condition prevailing in the southwestern part of the island will temporarily ease from tomorrow. However, some areas may receive rains over 75 millimeters. Many low-lying areas close to the Kalu River has gone underwater due to the overflow of Kalu River. Our correspondents report that a large number of houses at several villages including Dodangoda, Kalutara, Ramunagoda and Bolasagama have gone underwater. The Kalutara District Disaster Management Centre informs that the water level of Kaluganga is at spill level at present. Therefore, the transport along the Kalutara-Kettana road has been totally disrupted. Several roads in Badnaragama Divisional Secretariat areas has also been inundated. Accordingly, Kolamedriya, Millania Road via Katagoda and Alutgama, Kimmaduwa Road are now underwater, blocking the vehicular transport. There is a landslide threat at the second mile post area along the Nelluwa Pallevata Road in the Valavita Divisional Secretariat area. It is reported that the main road has been cracked from several areas. Therefore, the police has restricted vehicle transport to one lane. Many low-lying areas in the Gaul electorate has also gone underwater. A heavy wind has gutted the Gunamulla area in Akmimana this morning, causing heavy damages to about 10 houses. The dam constructed to prevent entering water of the Nilvala River into Mathura area is overflowing at present. The water level at Beddegama hydrometer in Ging River was at 4.75 meters by this morning. Several places along the Udugama, Beddegama, Dodangoda and Beddegama Agalia have gone underwater due to this situation. The low level of the Kaduvela Village junction towards Avisavila was underwater for a section stretching over 2 kilometers, totally blocking the motor transport. The Biagama Pattivila area has gone underwater for about 5 feet deep, blocking the vehicular transport in all byroads. A large number of residents have been displaced due to floods. The Kalani River has overflowed, inundating many villages of the Sitawaka Divisional Secretariat area, including Pahatgama, Walawatta, Sivaliwatta and Iriagolla. Due to this reason, nearly 6,000 individuals of about 1,576 families have been affected. The Irrigation Department states that flood situation have been reported from 5 river basins in the island due to the inclement weather. Director of the Irrigation Department, Engineer SPC Sugishwara, said that the flood situation in the lower basin of the Nevala River is gradually increasing. The floods in the low-lying areas close to the Kalu River is now receding. However, the people living in low-lying areas close to these river banks should be vigilant over the rising water level. Many low-lying areas in the Kolonava Divisional Secretariat Division have gone underwater due to the overflow of the Kalania River. The Angoda-Kalania main road is impassable due to floods. A gale force wind blown across the Attanakalla, Varana and Pilankada areas have wreaked havoc in the area. Many roads have been disrupted due to falling trees and branches. A tourist sports complex constructed at Puakpitia area in Avisavila has been destroyed due to heavy floods. The Air Force has recorded an aerial view of the flood-affected areas at present, which is coming soon.
In the meantime, the Ministry of Education informs that schools in several districts in 3 provinces will not be open due to the prevailing inclement weather condition. Therefore, all schools in Ratnapura and Kegal district in Sabaragamuwa province and Gaul and Matar district in the southern province will not be held. In addition, all schools in Kaltara district in the western province and home education zones in the Colombo district will not be open tomorrow. All schools in other areas will be conducted tomorrow as usual. Considering the weather condition from tomorrow, the provincial educational authorities will be informed, the zonal directors, and they will make a decision whether to conduct school activities.
Governor of the Western Province, Marshal of the Air Force Roshan Gunathilaka has decided to close the schools in the Gampa, Kalania and Kadula educational zones, considering the prevailing flood situation. The governor said that the zonal education directors of the Minuwangoda zone have been instructed to close some schools in the area, considering the risk of floods. He revealed these facts in an inquiry made by the national television.
Due to the rising water levels, we have decided to close down schools in the Gampa zone and also the Kalania zone. Regarding Kaduela, we have decided to close all the schools in that area because of the rising flood levels. We just received news that there are problems in Minuwangoda also, where the flood water levels are rising. So we have instructed the zonal director there to close down only the schools that are affected by the flood waters and for the other schools to function. So we are watching the situation very closely. If we had to close more schools, we will do so, and we are monitoring it very closely.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe embarked on an observational tour of the Kolonnawa, Kalaniya and Ambathale areas to assess the welfare of individuals affected by the floods and other disasters resulting from the adverse weather. Following this tour, he participated in a discussion held at Kolonnawa Siddhawatta Veragoda Rajamana Viharaya, where he issued instructions.
During his visit, the President also inspected the Ambathale Galwana Purana Rajama Viharaya, where he displays individuals are sheltered, as well as the Siddhawatta Veragoda Purana Rajama Viharaya. Additionally, he visited the security centres of the Kolonnawa Terence Silver College and Vellampitiya Community College to inquire about the well-being of the people and instructed officials to address their needs promptly and continuously.
මේ වතුර අපිට දවස් 14ක් තිබිලා වැඩි වුණ හින්දා තමයි අපි මෙහෙට ආවේ. අපිට වැස්ස පටන් ගත්ත දවස් අපි වතුර අපි ඉන්න වලස්ස කළු වතුරස දවස් 14ක් හිටියේ මේ කළු වතුරස ළමයිව තියාගෙන කවුරුත් ආවේ නැහැ සර් බලන්න. මේ කවුරුත් ආවේ නැහැ සර් බලන්න.
කොහොමද පොඩි එක්කන කොහොමද ඉගෙන ගන්න? දෙවියන් සාරච්චා. ඉතින් මේ ඉන්නවද? 70 ගන්න. අඩුපාඩුකම් තියෙනවා පිටින්. ගෙදර යන්න තියෙනවා. උපාඩගෙන වතුරට වෙලා වැඩක් නැහැ.
The President instructed the Kolonnawa Divisional Secretary to initiate food distribution for flood-affected individuals in the Kolonnawa area starting tonight. Additionally, he emphasized the importance of prioritizing the health and sanitation needs of these individuals. He further emphasized the importance of swiftly relocating individuals from flood-prone areas, suggesting the utilization of aqueducts to divert the flood waters. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has directed officials to refrain from permitting new construction in the Kalaniya River Valley to regulate the river water levels. Additionally, the President instructed officials to promptly halt illegal landfills in these areas and to relocate the Mulleriyawa and IDH hospitals to alternative locations.
අපේ කොළොන්නාවේ ප්‍රාදේශීය ලේකම්ට අද රෑ ඉඳන් ගෙවල් වලට කැම දෙන්න කියලා මම කැබිනට් එකේ මේවා මේක ඉවර කරේ ගාම කොමිටියක්
Senior advisor to the President on National Security and Chief of Presidential Staff Sagala Ratnayake emphasized the necessity of implementing a specialized program to safeguard the homes and prosperity of individuals residing in shelters during the disaster. During a discussion held at the Kolonnawa Divisional Secretary's office, he further highlighted the potential for implementing mobile patrols with the involvement of community police. Senior advisor to the President of the National Security and Chief of Presidential Staff Sagala Ratnayake said the government has allocated funds to reconstruct the damaged houses. A sum of 2.5 million rupees will be allocated for a totally damaged house. The construction will be carried out by the members of the three armed forces. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena today engaged in a special inspection tour in the affected areas. Accordingly, he inspected many areas including Avisavella and Puakpitiya.
The Disaster Management Centre says 12 people have been killed and 5 are missing due to floods and earth slips. At a press briefing held in the Department of Government Information today, the State Minister Pramitha Bandara Thennakoon said that measures have been taken to provide relief for the affected. State Minister Pramitha Bandara Thennakoon said that relief centres are effective island-wide. 23,706 individuals belonging to 2,313 families are now at these relief centres. 3 cooked meals a day will be provided to each affected individual. A sum of 122 million rupees has already been granted to state district secretariats for this purpose. The President has given us special instructions to carry out these relief services. Director General of National Building Research Organisation, Asir Konrawardana, said that people living in landside risk areas have been instructed to evacuate the said areas. Acting Deputy Director of Disaster Management Centre, retired Major General Adipa Tilakaratna, said that he requests the public not to visit the flooded areas and that 2 area deaths have been reported in Mathur area in such incidents. Parents should focus special attention to stop their children playing in flooded waters. Army media spokesman Major General Rasika Kumara said that 25 armed teams have been deployed to face any emergency situation. Rescue missions are also underway to save trapped people. 6 temporary kitchens have been set up to cook meals for the affected. Navy media spokesman Captain Gavin Vikramasuriya said that 39 boats with life-saving equipment have been deployed in rescue missions. Air Force media spokesman Group Captain Tushan Vijay said that helicopters have been placed at Ratmalana, Katakurunda and Koggala airports for emergency missions. Another aircraft has been deployed to monitor the flooded areas. Medical teams are also standby to provide medical aid for the affected. President Ranil Wickremesinghe announced plans to construct 250 bridges across Sri Lanka to enhance road connectivity and maximize the benefits of national development projects for rural communities.
The President made this announcement while addressing a celebration at the Shangri-La Hotel in Colombo today, marking the successful completion of 750 rural bridges by Janssen Bridging International from the Netherlands over the period of 2014-2024. During his address, the President Wickremesinghe emphasized the government's commitment to improving the living condition of people in areas connected by these bridges. He underscored the importance of ensuring that the benefits of the economic development reach the poorest segments of society. The celebration highlighted the significant impact of the completed 750 bridges in improving accessibility and fostering collaborative efforts between Sri Lanka and the Netherlands in infrastructure development. President Ranil Wickremesinghe highlighted the government's goal to reduce multidimensional poverty to 10% by focusing on rural communities.
We are here to witness the completion of 750 bridges that have been constructed by Janssen Bridges. This indeed is a formidable task which they have completed successfully. I know the areas in which the bridges were constructed. Bridges itself are rural bridges, easier to construct than the highways, but nevertheless constructed in remote and difficult places. Collectively, what the bridges have done is to enhance living conditions of the areas that they have connected. Connectivity is important. Connectivity is important over a river, over a bridge, even over a stream. It's the thousands of connectivity achieved this way which enables us to bring goods onto the main highways to send it down to Colombo or to other main cities. So this is a very important project, and I must highlight, I hope that we will be able to see the completion on another 250, making it 1,000. Why is this necessary? The multidimensional poverty in our country has gone up from about 15% in 2019 to over 25%. Now we are also committed to bringing it down to 10% by 2032. The agreements we've signed with the IMF is not merely a question of statistics, but as the economy develops, to ensure that it reaches the poorest of the poor, and therefore to bring down the multidimensional poverty to 10%. And we intend, I think Sri Lanka intends to keep that target, which means the bulk of the poor, bulk who are affected, do not live in the urban area. They live in the rural area. So therefore, it's connectivity projects like this which help us to ensure that we reach this target. And no doubt, as this has shown, economic benefits and the social benefits are such that the impact will be seen within 5 years of the completion of the bridges. In this way, I have to also thank the Netherlands government for having contributed to these projects, and also together with the ambassador, we've opened 4 hospitals in the northern area. In places like Poitpidru and Mankulam, where you have catered to different communities. So together, the 2 projects are 2 projects which help to uplift Sri Lanka's communities living in backward areas. When I became the president, I was of the view that these 2 projects should go ahead. It should have its impact where it was needed most. So thank you again for these 2 projects and of course for returning Leuke Disavas, our piece of artillery. I have no doubt there will be much more to come. But I thought I'd also say a few words about what's happening in Sri Lanka today in Sinhalese.
Former Vice-Chancellor of Sri Jawaharlal University, Senior Professor Sudhanta Liyanage has been assuming duties today as the new chairman of Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation amidst the blessings of Mahasangha. Senior management of the corporation and other officials were present at this occasion. Professor Sudhanta Liyanage is an old boy of Colombo Thurston College. He received his first degree from Sri Jawaharlal University and a doctorate from a university in England. He has been the Dean of the Faculty of Applied Sciences at Sri Jawaharlal University for 9 years and the Dean of the Technological Faculty for 2 years. He has accomplished much at Sri Jawaharlal University. He has also functioned as the head of the Director Board of the Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission. Chairman of Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, Senior Professor Sudhanta Liyanage said that he has been asked to accept the chair of Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation and that he is confident of his ability to manage this new portfolio effectively. He added that he should be able to improve the network by introducing innovative programs.
රූපවාහිනී සංස්ථාවට රසායන විද්‍යාඥයෙක්ට ඇවිල්ලා කරන්න පුළුවන් කුමක්ද කියන එක සමහර විට බොතෝ කෝටික ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙන්නට ඇති.
The second review of the comprehensive loan facility provided to Sri Lanka will be held on the 12th of this month. State Minister Shan Sewasinga says that it is included in the IMF agenda to be scheduled on that day. Sri Lanka's economic reforms and the progress of them are to be reviewed at this meeting. The IMF will consider to provide third tranche of its loan to build up economic stability in Sri Lanka. State Minister Shan Sewasinga says that Sri Lanka expects continuous support of all countries for this purpose.
General Secretary of the United National Party, Palitha Rangibandara, says that a proposal on a referendum was presented according to the provisions of the Constitution. He made these remarks at a press briefing held in Sirikota UNP headquarters today. General Secretary of the United National Party, Palitha Rangibandara, said that he expressed this view under the provisions given by the Constitution. The President accepted the country after a struggle and managed to solve the economic crisis up to a considerable level. Therefore, majority of the people have placed their confidence on the President Ranil Wickremesinghe. The country has to pay back a huge loan by 2027. After this period, the President will be able to make more loans for the development programs of the country. Therefore, according to the Constitution, we should be all giving priority to secure the light of living. He said, therefore, he requests all other political parties to help continue the current economic program.
Opposition leader Sajith Premadasa says that new technology will be introduced for farming community. He made these remarks at a public rally in Kantale area yesterday. The Trincomalee district farmers meeting on the SJB was held in Kantale under the patronage of the opposition leader Sajith Premadasa. He said that under his presidency, he will take measures to spray fertilizer to paddy lands through the drone technology. He further said that the platform will be made available through a mobile app for the dissemination of information about farming to farming communities.
Leader of the National People's Power, Anrukumara Dissanayake, says that his party's policy is to bear the current circumstances until the time is ready. He made these remarks at a public rally held in Kurunegala yesterday. The Kurunegala District Youth Forum of the National People's Power was held in Kurunegala under the patronage of NPP leader Andrukumara Dissanayake. Leader of the National People's Power, Andrukumara Dissanayake, said that the tradition of changing leadership of the country from the president to the opposition leader has now changed. The government and the opposition are in stress and fear because of this reason.
An awareness program on the project of setting up smart classes in 100 schools in Homagama Education Zone was held today under the patronage of State Minister Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena. This is effective under the Varnodaya Smart School project. The awareness program was held at Homagama Mahavidyalaya Auditorium. Principals, teaching staff and school development committee representatives of 37 schools were present at this meeting. This has been implemented under the concept of Minister Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena. State Trade General Corporation will provide the required school kits. Accordingly, smart boards, laptops and internet connections will be provided. A sum of 700,000 rupees will be allocated for each smart class. Minister Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena said that he decided to implement this project as some elements have started such projects to gain political mileage. Under the guidance of the Minister of Education, Susi Premajayantha, a digitalizing project has been implemented with the Huawei company under a loan of $20 billion from the Chinese government.
The certificate distribution of the Creative Vesak card competition organised to mark the 82nd birth anniversary of late Venerable Madhuluave Sobhita Thera was held recently at the Temple Trees under the patronage of Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena. The competition has been organised by the Naga Vihariya Youth Organisation. The chief incumbent of the Kiri Vihara, Raja Mahavihariya, Venerable Kobavaka Dhamminda Thera, and Mahasangha, patron of the youth organisation, parliamentarians Yadavini Gunawardena and some others were present at this moment. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that the late Madhuluave Sobhita Thera had always acted in to strengthen the friendship among Theravada Buddhist countries. Sobhita Thera led an exemplary life to both members of Buddhist clergy and laymen. President of the Public Service United Nurses Union, Venerable Muruthettuwe Ananda Thera, said that as a respect to the late Thera, we all should get together and continue the Thera's policies of obtaining all politicians.
Mahasangha has expressed their commendation for the statement made by President Ranil Wickremesinghe that it is the responsibility of all factions to give priority to Buddhism according to the Constitution. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that there is a clause in the Constitution that any government should give priority to Buddhism. That is the responsibility not only for the government but also for the other factions. There are three factors under the purview of the state, namely executive, parliament and judiciary. All these three bodies should extend support to prioritize Buddhism.
කිසි විටක මේ රටේ යුද්ධ තිබුණත් මේක ඉවත් කරන්න කියලා ප්‍රධාන ඉල්ලීමක් තිබුණේ නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ සාකච්ඡා කරෙත් නැහැ. අපේ ව්‍යවස්ථාවේ ප්‍රධාන කාරණා තුනක් තියෙන එකක් ජනතා පරමාධිපත්, එකක් බුද්ධ ආගමට ප්‍රමුඛ ස්ථානය දෙන එක, තුන්වෙනි එක රට බෙදන්න බෑ. ඉතින් මේ පදනම් කරගෙන තමයි අපි ඉදිරියට යන්න තියෙන්නේ. ජනාධිපතිවරයා බොහොම
Secretary to the Yatharthaya Organisation, Venerable Kiri Bernare Vijita Thera, said the President is acting in a responsible manner in this endeavour. This is a commendable statement made by the President to give priority for Buddhism in all aspects. One may think this is a trap to gain political mileage. Mahasangha are happy with the statement made by President Ranil Wickremesinghe.
The Colombo District Court has further extended the interim order preventing Justice Minister Vijaydas Rajpaksha from functioning as the chairman of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. The order was issued when the relevant plaint was called before Colombo District Judge Sadun Vithana this morning, who directed the plaint to Colombo Additional District Judge Chamari Veerasurya. Appearing for the respondent of the case, Attorney at Law Jayamudita Jayasurya requested additional time to file an objection related to the case. Accordingly, the case was ordered to be called on July 14th, granting time for the relevant objections to be filed. The injunction will remain effective up until that date. We'll be back with foreign news after a short break.
ඔබ LED විදුලි පහනක් මිලදී ගන්නා විට අවම බලශක්ති කාර්ය සාධන ලේබලය තිබේදැයි පරීක්ෂා කර බලන්න. අඛණ්ඩ විදුලි සැපයුමකට සහාය වෙමු.
Now on foreign news, Mexico has elected its first female president in a landslide victory.
According to Mexico's official electoral authority, preliminary results indicate that she has garnered between 58% to 60% of the vote. The sizable lead places her ahead of her closest rival businessman by approximately 30 percentage points. Sheinbaum, who will take office on October 1st, is set to succeed her mentor, outgoing President Andrés Manuel López Obrador. She has pledged to continue and expand welfare programs throughout the country, emphasizing that her victory is not just a personal achievement but a landmark movement for all women.
Now on to sports news. The first match of the Sri Lanka in the ICC T20 World Cup is playing against South Africa at Pheasant. Sri Lanka were all out for 76 runs a short while ago. The match is being played at Nassau Grounds in New York. Sri Lanka won the toss and elected to bat first.
Out come the two captains, Asaranga, Markram,
teams, Sri Lanka,
as they lead their team. And good running.
That's it for tonight's English News telecast. Thank you for joining us. Good night.